All right, welcome to Mission Bound. We're so excited that you're here hanging out. My name is Tom Elmore, and this is
Mike who?
Mike James, 2004 NBA champion, and we're hanging out here talking a little bit about sports. A lot of NBA here. We're talking about a little bit of life and leadership, and we're so glad that you joined us today. And just real quick, if you haven't hung out with us before, you're hanging out now. We're glad you're here, right? It's always good to get new watchers and listeners, right?
No, that's exciting. And thank you to all the new viewers and the listeners, and continue to subscribe to our channels and just really check us out. I think we're doing something different, fun, and also is something that's really good for listeners to be able to enjoy. So don't just look at what we're doing, man. Stop and press play and stay a while.
You can even forward it and let other people know what we're doing.
Exactly.
We would love that. So here we are today. We want to let you know today's episode is sponsored by One Sports Nation. It is fun, it is fair, and it's youth sports that's competitive all across the country. Check out onesportsnation.com, and there are some of our great friends. So today is going to be a good day. Mike, we've got one of your buddies on today. He has had a long, illustrious NBA career. His name is, you want a drum roll? Here we go.
DJ Augustin.
DJ.
You know what, man? Welcome. Appreciate you coming out. You know, you've had a great career, great collegiate career. And I'm excited for having him because, you know, he's not one of those guys that is 6'5", 245 pounds.
How tall is he?
He just made it above that where you
6 foot?
You know, I mean, he's 5. I want to say
Is he Muggsy Bogues?
Like a quarter of an inch higher. Like a quarter of an inch taller. But that's what makes him special. No, he's 5'11".
He's 5'11".
But I've always used to make fun of him.
Dang.
Because, you know, at his size, what he was able to accomplish in this game, and also to have his longevity that he's had in this game, you know, it shows not only where he was lacking in height, he was able to do other things, and that's what made him such a special player. And while he's still one of the top players in free agency right now as a veteran in the NBA, and he's not, I won't call him short, but he's not tall.
So first of all, I'm 5'10". He's 1 inch taller than me.
No, you're probably a little taller than him. I love you, DJ. I love you, man.
He's not going to hear this until after he's filmed, so this will be the best part. But, you know, that's seriously, he's under 6 foot. He's played 12, 13 years in the NBA, been on some great teams, and had a couple really good seasons recently with the Orlando Magic, huh?
Yeah. No, he's and that's what makes it great, is to be undersized but to be out there and to be dominant and to make your presence felt. You know, but professional athletes make being in the NBA look easy. Well, any professional athlete makes any sport that they're a profession in, they make it look easy.
They're supposed to, right?
And so as a fan, when you see these guys and you see them in public, you'll say, man, you'll size yourself up to the person and be like, how can that person be that good in that atmosphere, in that environment? And I'm just as big as them. I'm just as tall. I'm probably stronger than them. So what makes them that much more special? And so for him to be able to outshine and be great on a professional level, my hat is definitely tipped to him in what he's accomplished in his career.
I'll tell you what, it's an honor to have him on the show today. We're going to jump into some questions, and it's going to be fun. And I want to just say, hang out with us until the very end of today's podcast, because we always leave our podcast with something special, right? We do.
You know, I thought I was supposed to be a rapper at one point in my career.
I want you to know I've never thought that, but go ahead.
And so when you give me the opportunity to spit my bars at the end, I first was giving them a line that I've made famous. That song would have went platinum, by the way, if I would have recorded. But now that I'm keeping it to myself and I'm allowing the public to be able to enjoy what's my greatness.
So real quick, it's a tradition that we do. At the end of every episode, we close out with this thing that we do. Yeah. And we wonder if you make it all the way there to experience it.
You got to stay to the end.
You want to give him a teaser?
Nope.
Got to go to the end. Hang out with us. You could even forward if you want. Just get there. Go to the end. It's worth it.
Yeah. You're going to see greatness. Drake. When you think of me...
You had to throw that out there. Drake. You just throw Drake into the mix now. Why not? Let's throw Drake in.
I'm just saying. Me, Drake.
Let me throw it out there. MC Hammer, right there. MC, come on, right here. No? Okay.
Don't disrespect me like that.
Dude, can't touch this.
DJ Augustin, welcome.
DJ, thank you for coming on Mission Bound today. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. Appreciate it.
That's good, man. We're so glad that you're here today. A lot of things have been going on in the last year in sports. And this year's been really hard and it's been really trying. And so, man, we just want to kick things off a little bit. Do you have a good Mike James story that you want to tell right out of the gate? Anything embarrassing?
So it's not really a story. It's more something about Mike. You know, we played together in Chicago, and you know, he's the OG or whatever. So you know, he would spend a lot of time doing push-ups and building his upper body. You know, he was really solid Debo-ish upper body. You know, but his legs wasn't that great. You know, I called him top heavy a lot of times. So we would play one-on-one a lot after practice sometimes in Chicago, and you know, he would try to bully me and Debo me, you know, using his upper body. But once I got him, you know, out the pain and I used my speed and quickness, he couldn't move with those legs. It didn't equal up his top and his bottom.
All right, you know what?
So, I gotta go on record, DJ. Before we opened up the show today, he actually used the word bully when he referred to you. And then you used the word bully on him. That's interesting.
No, he was definitely a bully towards me, you know, especially with me being like the veteran on the team. But enough about me, you know.
No, let's keep going, man.
You know, because I did say, the way I'm lifting now, I said, ooh, I'm about to have one of them jail bodies, you know, one of them little legs, and my upper body gonna be kind of swole. I'm gonna have to do more squats.
So many jail jokes.
But
right
DJ, you know, I understand this has really been a crazy year, you know, as a professional athlete. And you guys started the season, and then the season came to a complete halt. And then, you know, it was basically vacation mindset. You know, the season is done. We're not even going to go into next year. So now you turn off your mind when you're supposed to be thinking about the playoffs. And then they say, okay, we're going to give you a couple of weeks to get back in shape. And now you're in a bubble.
Go.
You know, and can you please explain to, you know, the viewers, to us, man, what kind of year this really has been just on you guys physically and mentally?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. This is how I sum it up for a lot of family members and friends and former teammates that ask me how was this year. You know, the same question y'all asked. I feel like I played 2 seasons in one. That's how I feel mentally and physically. You know, we started last year, 2019, in October, like we normally would, training camp, preseason, started the season. We went until I would say mid-March, something like that. That's when the whole thing with Rudy Gobert happened and they shut us down. And then it just went silent for like 4 months. And just me being professional, you know, one of the main reasons I've stuck in the league so long, just trying to do all the right things and continue to stay ready so I don't have to get ready, I immediately started working out. Like I might have took a couple of days off and I was like, man, you know what? I don't know when this gonna end. I don't know when we're gonna come back. Let me just be ready in case, you know, something crazy happens and we start back up. So I started working out immediately. I started ordering workout equipment from my garage. I turned my garage into almost a damn near a full gym. And I made that investment to keep me in shape, you know, the best shape I could be in so that when we did return, if we did return, I would be somewhat ready physically. So, you know, once things started to gear up and they started talking about the bubble, when we started, I was in pretty good shape for the bubble, you know, which a lot of guys, you could tell they weren't. And then once we got inside the bubble, man, it was just like a whole new season. We had 2 weeks of training camp again. We had, it was just basketball nonstop. You know, I live in Florida, so I was only 10 minutes from my house, my family, my kids, my wife, but I couldn't go home.
Wow.
So that was mentally tough in itself. And then, like I said, just being around your teammates all day. It was like a intense AAU tournament. That's what I can sum it up as. And just getting out the bubble, man, it was just like, damn, man. Like I feel like I played 2 seasons in one year. You know, so that's how I could really sum it up for y'all. You know,
So when you think about the bubble, DJ, and you're going to look back on it 5-10 years from now, and this hopefully will be this unique little season, what's one thing or maybe a memory or something you're going to be like, man, I'll never forget that happened in the bubble. So-and-so did that, or I experienced that. That was like a bubble, unforgettable memory. You got any of those?
First I want to start by saying the NBA did a great job putting that bubble together, man. Nobody tested positive. We was able to finish the season. We was able to save a lot of money. We was able to bring basketball and sports back to, the people that was waiting for it at a difficult time in the world. So I just want to say the NBA did a great job. The NBPA did a great job. And I think a lot of the players who made those sacrifices to go in the bubble did a great job as well. And as far as just any stories or any memories, it was so many great games, so many things going on. It's just something I'll never forget. I'm blessed to actually, even though it was a tough time being in the league, it was a memory and a part of history that I can say I always was a part of. I don't think we will ever have a bubble again. I hope not. But I can always say and tell my kids I was part of that bubble, that bringing basketball back for the world at a difficult time.
You know what, D? When you guys played in the bubble, the season seemed interesting to me because there was more made shots. The basketball was more exciting. It was more intense. But I noticed the thing that changes and alters the game is the fans. And that crowd participation, you really pay attention. Do you know how they say you really don't know what you have until it's gone? And not having the fans alongside of you to be able to enjoy a dunk or enjoy a knockdown three, it took away a lot of the anxiety of the young players. It allowed people to play freer, which means the game was easier. But can you enjoy the experience of the NBA without the fans for the remainder of your career, if that's the way it has to be?
I don't think so, man. Like you said, it definitely took a lot of pressure and stress off of guys, not having fans, especially being on the road. You know how it is when you're on the road. You got fans booing. You got fans talking trash. It's just a different feel. For the home team, you got home court advantage. I think that kind of hurt some of the top playoff teams down the line because they didn't have that home court advantage. Everything was even playing field. So I think in a good way it helped those, like you said, those younger guys who deal with anxiety and playing in front of certain crowds and missing shots and, having bad games. It definitely helped them just being just players and coaches. But on the flip side, I think it hurt some of those top teams who, because Mike, when a crowd could change the momentum of a game. A big shot, a dunk, a block could change the whole game. And then your crowd, pumping you up, getting you going, could turn things around for the team. So not having that, I can't see that going forward. We need our fans there. Like I said, hopefully this season coming up, we can do somewhere we can have half the fans or possibly all the fans and just get back to that because the fans are very important to, especially the home team, winning a game, losing a game. I think it makes a big difference.
Hey, DJ, we sat and watched the games, and we could hear they added in this audio, on the TV. And it was kind of weird and funky. Did they actually put that inside the arena? And what was it like when no one's there and you're hearing
it was weird, man. It was actually, I think they had it too loud. It was louder than your normal crowd would be at certain points. I think they overdid it. You know what I'm saying? But just running out the tunnel for the warm-ups, it was no boos, no cheers. It was just quiet. It was just different, man. And I think once the ball went up, once we, jumped it and the game started, I think guys really locked in and focused on the game. I don't think it really took away from what guys were trying to accomplish on the floor. But you need the crowd, man. I'm sorry. We need that crowd. We need that momentum. It's just a big part of the game.
I agree. I think players like Paul George feeds off of crowds. There's certain superstars that they need the energy of the crowd in order to get into the flow of the game. Not everyone are basketball junkies. There are some guys, that can just play. They play. It doesn't matter if it's rain, sleet, snow. They just want to hoop. And, not everyone has that same mindset. So you look at a team like the Denver Nuggets, there's no home court advantage. There's no advantage at all. All it is momentum of the game. And now, exactly, just hooping. So they got a bunch of just guys that can just hoop on their team. And all they have to do is go out there and play with no real pressure on them. And I think that's why it made it so easy for them to come back from a 3-1 deficit to come back and win those series like that, because what? Ain't nobody cheering against me. Ain't no one booing me. But you know what? We just hooping out here. AAU.
As a fan, I liked it more. I liked that these lesser teams kind of had a chance to be more even keel. It was good. I mean, I think at the end it didn't go that way. But man, at the beginning, everyone seemed like they had a shot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you an example. Like, we played the Lakers in a preseason game. I think we had like 4 or 5 preseason games or scrimmage games before the real game started. Once we entered the bubble, and we played the Lakers. And I mean, I think people underestimate, not only is LeBron a great player, but how he knows the game. How Mike say, like, he's an NBA basketball junkie. Like, he watches film. Like, he knew every play we was running. He told, every time I called a play or we called a play, he told his teammates what play we was running, where to go. Like, he was just quarterback. And you can hear it more because there's no crowd. So, guys like LeBron, man, you take guys like that for granted, but he just, that's one thing that I think, a lot of people took away from this bubble, not having fans. You was able to hear everything, the coaches, the benches, the on-court talking, the communication between players. Like, it was just intense.
Yeah. I could definitely imagine, man, being out there and you just hear your own voice and your own thoughts, because now you concentrate on the whole game. Because think about it. Half the bench is in the crowd, during the game. The other part of the bench is somewhere they figuring out if they're hungry or not. And so it's only about 2 or 3 people that's really paying attention to what's going on, because there's so many distractions. You see so many celebrities. You're looking at the women that's in the stands. You're looking at the men that's in the stands. It's like it's so much going on, but now that there's a bubble, there's no distractions. It's just strictly basketball, and it's about my teammates. And now everyone from 1 to 13 is locked in on the game, and that's the thing that made it more interesting. Now you can see the team interaction with one another. Like, truly, teams became families in the bubble.
One thing I would debate with you on that, Mike. I would say, you said, everyone's locked in. I'm going to say a name out there at the very end when they got eliminated, Russell Westbrook. He heard the crowd. He's that one guy that heard the crowd at the very end. He was listening to whatever people were saying. That's the one guy.
But he's a guy. He's also a guy that feeds off of the crowd too.
Exactly.
If you watch Russ play, especially home games, he feeds off that energy and it just makes him go harder. So he's definitely one of those guys. And like Mike, like you just said, like, those type of games, those type of environments brought teams closer together. But also, if you got into it with another team, you might see that same team at the hotel in about an hour. So that was another aspect of it. We staying at the same hotel, walking by each other.
Did you see any fights
on the court? I mean, so.
So was there any fights in the bubble that escalated from off the? What happened in the bubble stays in the bubble. I got you.
Anyone in the pool fighting where they doing that game where you get on the shoulders and fight each other?
What happens in the bubble stays in the bubble. I got you. DJ, this is free agency for you this year, man. Like, where do you want to go? Do you want to stay in Orlando? Are you happy there, man? And what's the future looking like for you? How many more years do you want to, like, what's this are you looking for another contract after this one? Or, what's your future looking like in the NBA?
Come to the Rockets. Just say it. Come to the Rockets.
Man, this is my 4th time being a free agent. So I kind of understand it. I know the business part of it. I know everything about it, man. And for me, I love it here. I've been here 4 years. It feels like home. This is the longest I've been somewhere since Charlotte. My first 4 years in the league. So it feels like home to me. I love the coaches. I love the staff. I love the organization, my teammates. It's a young team. They need veterans like myself to help them and keep making the playoffs and keep getting better. So I want to be a part of that. I'm not a guy that's like chasing the ring or doing anything like that. My family's comfortable here. So it would mean a lot for me to finish my career here, but we all know how free agency goes. You never know. It's a business. Teams, do different things. So I understand and I get that. As far as my career though, this will be my 13th year coming up. It flies by.
Come on.
Old head, what's up, old head? Yeah, I get it. What up, old head?
13 years.
They call you Unc yet? Did they call you Unc yet?
They call me OG, big bro.
They didn't call you Grandpa, did they?
Yeah, man. So it flies by, man. And I honestly, I want to play another at least 3 years, max, maybe 4. But I'm at that point now where I've taken care of my money financially. My kids are starting to get older. I'm starting to miss out on a lot of different things that they're into, and I think that means more to me than playing basketball, for a longer period of time until I'm 40 and stuff like that, which I feel like physically I could, but mentally and where I'm at in my life, I think another 3-4 years would be good for me.
Now, DJ, you're a Houston guy, right? You kind of grew up a little bit in Houston, is that right?
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans, but I moved to Houston after Katrina in high school, and I finished out my senior year in Houston, and I went on to University of Texas in Austin. Awesome. But I live in Houston. I live in Houston. That's my home base now.
So what you think of the Rockets? Well, they made some big moves recently. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you guys earlier, like I'm so happy for Steven Silas. I played for his dad, Paul, in Charlotte for a year and a half, and he was one of our assistants. And he just works hard, man. He knows the game. He puts his head down and works and grinds. And he's been doing it for a long time, man. He's been doing it for a long time, waiting for this opportunity. And for him to finally get it after all these years, I'm extremely happy and just proud of him, man. And I hope he does well. And he's a great coach. He has a lot of knowledge.
That's awesome, man. It's also exciting when you see African American coaches get an opportunity. It's definitely a great opportunity for him, and I really do hope that he does a great job there. What would someone be surprised to find out about you, man, that we don't know that you want to share with us since you're an open book?
Or that you don't want to share. Go ahead and share that too.
Something about me. A lot of people think because they watch me play that I'm a real serious person. That's the way I play. When I'm on the court, I like lock in. I'm serious, but Mike can tell you, like, when I come off the court and when I'm around my family and people I know, I like to have fun and just clown and joke, man. I know when to turn it on and off. And just being a part of a young team like the Magic, I think that's good also because I can keep the mood kind of, because the NBA is so up and down, man. You could be on this high ride because you're winning, then you lose 5 straight and you could be going downhill. So you got to kind of keep that mood kind of even keel for 82 games. And I feel like that's the type of person I am just outside of basketball. Like I know when to, play around, joke around, but then I know when to be serious too. So, I mean, that's really what I could tell people about myself. I'm pretty normal, laid back, humble guy. So
that's good. That whole ebb and flow, we're still trying to figure that out on this show, just so you know. Oh, yeah. Okay? We ain't got it yet.
You can't be even flow with that guy next to you. It's hard to do. I just started playing golf in the bubble. My first time playing golf was in the bubble in June. People will always ask me to come to tournaments, come play. When you playing golf? Did you ever start? I'm like, nah, man, I don't play no golf. I started in the bubble. Now, a couple months later, I'm so into it. I'm so locked in.
Love it.
He has a COVID baby. Golf became his COVID baby.
I see this guy at the driving range a couple weeks ago. Mike, I see him walking up, man, and right then and there, I told him next time I see you, that's can I curse on him?
I mean, we kind of want to make it family. Go ahead, curse. We're going to try to time the beep. Beep.
That's your ass, Mike. That's what I told him. So I can't wait to get back to Houston and see him on the course. Man.
Young Grasshopper. Be cool, young Grasshopper. Those are things. Let's not talk about that on air. Hey, looking back, D, because I'm going to spank that booty, though, just for the record. But seriously, looking back, one of the best coaches you worked with, that you looked at and you wanted to, and you believe that they really helped you along your way in your career.
You admire him as a leader.
Man, I don't have a one coach. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've been in the league 12 years. I played for 18. So my rookie year, I played for, I can't believe brain freeze.
I mean, you are old now. We ain't gonna hold it against you. Don't trip. Everybody get there, DJ. Don't worry about it. I went through it too. Don't trip. Just embrace it, brother. Embrace it.
Larry Brown. My first coach as a rookie, Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. Hold on, he's been on our show.
Larry Brown, my first coach for 3 years. When I tell y'all,
crazy,
it was tough on me. I'm talking about I couldn't do nothing right. But now that I look back years later, he made me a better player. I didn't see it then, but now I see it. I've had, like I said, Paul Silas. I've had Stan Van Gundy, Tibbs. Me and Mike had Tibbs together.
Do you like Tibbs?
Cliff. I love Tibbs, man. One of my favorite coaches. Coach Cliff, who I play for now. I'm probably leaving somebody out, but I played for so many great coaches, man. It's just been a blessing. People call me a journeyman, which is fine, because I feel like it's been a journey, and I'm still riding this journey. I'm still in the league. There's a lot of guys that's supposed to be better than me and drafted higher than me and came in, and whatever you want to say, and they're out the league now, and I'm still going. So I take that journey, man. But within that journey, I played for a lot of great coaches who made me a better player, a better person, and I wouldn't trade it for any other way.
Man, you've had an awesome career. Final question for the show: what are you passionate about right now, and what do you want to do when basketball is done? Like, what are you most passionate about right now, and then what do you see yourself getting passionate about when the career's over?
So it's a few things, man. I've been doing real estate for like the last 3-4 years. I bought some properties in New Orleans, my hometown, just trying to rebuild it, make it affordable living for people, and doing some Airbnb stuff as well. I've been doing some of the media stuff. I had a podcast with the Magic.
Hold on, tell us about it, Brad. Come on, man, talk a little bit. This is your moment.
Yeah, so I had a podcast with the Magic before the virus happened, and it was called The Magic Life with DJ Augustin. So I had about 6 episodes.
How long they last? About 3 minutes? That was wrong. You know what? That was a little, my bad. I apologize. That's that bull crap. That's that mess right there.
OG though. I let him live. He the OG. He can have that.
Cause man, he a bully, and every now and again I be wanting to just right back.
I feel like all of our guests from this point on are gonna go down because Mike's acting this way.
Because of Mike, man. But my episodes are like 30 minutes long. I actually have a few YouTube episodes as well, just in the life.
That's what's up.
I've been doing that, so I really enjoy the media stuff. I think it's the way to go nowadays. And then also, just my family, man. My family take up so much of my time. My kids, my wife. I have 3 little ones. I have one on the way.
Congrats.
They're in virtual school right now, so I was doing homework and stuff before this, and when we get done, I got to go back to doing homework with my son and swimming class later. So it's just a family, man. I take pride in being a dad and a husband. I love it. So that's it, and I think when I'm done playing, I love basketball so much, but it's a lot of politics and a lot of BS that goes in with the NBA. Mike, you know that. So, with me being away from basketball at one point, years to come, I still want to be around it. So I think I would want to do something as far as like training guys, kids, high school players, college players, NBA players, like a skill development trainer, just to stay around the game. I think I have a lot of knowledge that I can pass on to the younger guys and guys in the pros still. And, that's something I think I would enjoy as well.
Man, that's what's up, D. I feel you on that because I've had a lot of pain from the politics of the game, but at the same time, because of the amount of information that I've been able to gather in this game, I became almost like a basketball genius because of the amount of work that I put in. And
did you just call yourself a genius on it? I swear I just heard you.
Arrogantly, confidently, and arrogantly. Yeah, I did. I did that. And only the hoopers understand. The hoopers will be like, you know what? I can't even say nothing about that. I gotta respect that.
Hold on, that's debatable right there.
I said hoopers. I didn't say you. Okay. I didn't say Joe's. I didn't say Joe's. I said hoopers.
Because I'm a white guy, I can't hoop. Is that what you're saying?
Well, Tyler Hero, he's pretty good.
Tyler, he is good.
But getting back to it, it's just like I'm getting back into now training kids more now, allowing myself to be more available and not allowing that pain to like push me away from the game and just turn my back to the game. But in the process of that, allow that to be the very thing to make me say, you know what? These kids still need to know this information. Absolutely. These kids still need to know what they're doing isn't correct. And however I can help them correct it, you know, I still have, I know it's a duty that I have to do, you know, and so I look at it the same way. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
You know, coming out today, giving us some of your time. I know you got to get back to your babies and do the virtual school and also work on your golf game, please.
Hey, Mike and I can do Top Golf, just so you know. Top Golf all day, just so you know.
I'm telling you, Mike, I'm coming for you, bro.
Hey, what I told you? I told you, I said, don't just bring your golf clubs in your mouth. You know, bring your cash also. Don't trip. We'll take it from there. DJ, thank you, man, for coming on.
Hey, man. No problem, man. Appreciate y'all.
Man, for real.
DJ, come to Houston. I just said it. Come to Houston. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man. And I'm open. I'm open to anything.
I'll still give you a bucket, though.
Yo, Mike.
Coach Silas, bring him.
I'll still give you a bucket. Remember that.
Hey, this your show. I'm gonna let you have it, Mike. I'll call you after we hang up. I'll call you.
Hey, DJ, I just want to go on record. I know we're wrapping up. I won't go on record. I beat Mike in horse. I just want you to know that. I beat Mike in horse. That should say it all right there.
Man, don't sit there and say no.
It's true. All he want to do is bully you and back you down and shoot that fadeaway over his head like that.
Hey, before I get too much more emotional and y'all keep hurting my feelings, you know, I'm gonna get both of y'all off air right now. DJ, man, salute my dude. Love always.
All right, bro. See y'all. Yep.
See you soon, DJ. Thanks.
Yep.
Man, I like that guy. He's nice. I like him because he picks on you. That's my favorite thing. So
I like. You know what's funny? I always used to be intrigued by people that picked on me because it was funny to me. Because I was the person that picked on everyone. I was such a bully.
And they can come back on you.
Then it's like, okay, this is how I feel. It kind of sucks, but it's kind of funny at the same time. Like,
so you were this bully for years. You get bullied. You're like, I'm intrigued by this whole bully concept.
Like, this is like funny to me. Like,
You can see why DJ's lasted so long in the league. He does. You can just tell he's got an even keel about him. He's not too high. He's not too low. And that's one of the things about his game. He's steady, man.
Great locker room guy.
Yeah, great locker room guy.
What people don't understand is talent will only take you so far. Mm-hmm. Your character, who you are, is going to be the thing that leads the way.
Yep.
You know, your talent may open the door, but your character is going to take you throughout the building. It's going to be able to open doors that nothing else will be able to open doors for you. And so when you're a high character person, you know, it shows. And now people want you on their team. People want you around. And sometimes it really has nothing to do with your talent, but it has everything to do with who you are as a person. And it's like, you know what? They're pretty good as an athlete, but they're a better person. And because of that, there's value in that.
And that's when you have that longevity, right? That's when you stick in the decade plus.
Because
kind of thing.
Guess what? Talent is only going to last so long.
There's a lot of talent.
You know, skill is only going to last so long. The older you get in your career, the more you start losing things. You lose your athleticism, you lose your speed, you lose your agility. But the thing that's supposed to keep evolving is who you are as a person. And your character, that never stops changing. That never stops evolving.
That's supposed to be getting stronger as you go, right? That's the idea behind it.
And so when the vertical stops, the character keeps growing and people still love you for who you are, even if you still can't do what you're doing on the court in the past.
That's good. That's good. Man, this has been a fun episode, and we got a lot of good stuff coming up. Thank you for hanging out with us on Mission Bound. Now, we talked about it earlier in the episode. This is it. We're going to give the people what they want. This is what the people want, right? Right here.
Want it. Y'all want it, and I'm going to.
You've been tweeting, you've been texting, you've been asking, give us more of this, and we're going to give it to you right now. This is how we leave and exit the show. Come back and hang out with us and subscribe and all that goodness. Ready?
My name is Mikey James, and I play no games. And everywhere I go, they all scream my name. Go Mikey, go Mikey, go Mikey, go Mikey.
Yeah!
Mission.
You didn't even have to pay for that. That was free.